Hello Leo, welcome to your December 2016 Love and General Tarot card readings. First of all, I have been apologizing for each sign for the delay in getting these videos to you. I was in Bali for 30 days and I had some of the most incredible experiences of my life, and I just didn't quite feel ready to do these readings until now. So hopefully some of the experiences that I went through, I can kind of bring to the readings this month. It's always good to challenge ourselves and to expand and grow our minds and our hearts. And that's what I did. So let's focus on your love reading. Okay, we'll do your love reading first. Your love energies for December 2016 for Leo. Love energies for December 2016 for the sign of Leo. What messages are meant for Leo? Okay, one more. Okay. Go. Actually, that top one seems to be. Okay. Four of Swords. Nine of Cups. Six of Wands. The Fool. Eight of Wands. Two of Cups reversed. Temperance reverse. Three of Swords reverse and Four of Cups. Okay, I mean, it's kind of an interesting spread. I feel like for many of you, maybe recently you've gone through some form of disappointment. Maybe you've gone through some form of disappointment and you're kind of getting on the other side of that, all right? So for some of you, maybe you've had a breakup or an argument or a fight with your partner, and now you're kind of getting back into the swing of things. However, I do sense that there is some level of fear within you. There's some level of resistance. All right, and I feel that there's change around you. There's change in your life. There's opportunities for that. There's things that are moving, but yet there is this part of you that's maybe thinking a little bit too much about stuff. Okay, with the Four of Swords in the center, you're in a very objective place. This is not a very emotional reading. Not only am I not getting a court card representing you, but I'm also not getting it representing anyone else either. Okay, so whether you're in a relationship or not, if you're just dating or maybe you're not dating anybody, it might be a little bit of a challenge to kind of get the ball rolling this month. All right, and I feel that there's good things happening in your life. Okay, Nine of Cups is a card of pride and joy, and you feeling good, you feeling like you're at a place maybe now where you're willing to share and open up your world to someone, or to change or transform the state of your relationship where you're feeling confident and good, right? Six of Wands is a card of victory and success as well. So I see that there's this energy about you that's feeling good. There's this energy about you that's feeling prideful in a good way, not a bad way. That where your ego and your self-esteem are doing you're very solid, very confident in yourself. And when you're usually feeling this way, that's typically when change does come in. Right? That's when challenges are thrown at you. That's when movement and things start happening, because you're at this point of readiness, or you think you are. The Fool in the reversal shows me that hesitancy, though. That hesitancy to maybe fall in love or to transform your relationship, right? So it's almost as though you're craving or longing to stay as it is, or you're just a little bit afraid of it to change because things might be going well. But you cannot avoid, I mean, what is the saying? The only constant in life is change, you know, and we are always being forced to transition. We're always being forced to, I mean, it's just the nature of life. And we can resist that, but you can't resist that forever. You know, Fool in reverse, it's, you know, maybe a little bit of fear, maybe a little bit of uncertainty in a point in your life where you don't necessarily want to feel uncertain. You know, you want that security, you want that stability in your life at this moment in time. So the uncertain things in your life, the uncertain aspects of your relationship, you know, whether it's falling in love or allowing yourself to open up and become vulnerable with someone, allowing your heart to feel open, you know, just because you're feeling confident, just because you're feeling secure, and just because maybe there is a point of you that feels ready doesn't mean you're going to embrace that readiness, okay? Two of Cups in the reversal, I feel like maybe there's, you know, normally I could see that as a miscommunication or a misconnection where things just aren't necessarily on the same page. Sorry, there's a lot of noise out in my hallway right now. But the association with the Fool in reverse and the Four of Cups just more tells me not necessarily that it's an issue within the relationship, but more so an issue with you allowing yourself to connect. Okay, an issue with you not opening yourself up all the way. And with the Four of Swords in the center, it's more maybe mental, right? You may be more being cautious because what? Because you don't want to get hurt again. Three of Swords, reverse, indicating a point of healing, indicating a process of healing, indicating that something painful, something difficult is mending, you know, and you're in the process. It's not over, it's not done. In some shape or form, you know, we're always healing from something. You know, we're not always successful in every area of our life all the time. So in essence, there's some fixing that you're doing within your soul, within your heart, within your soul, within your mind. And this hesitancy, you know, and maybe within your partnership, if you are in a relationship, or, you know, even if you're just dating or, you know, not serious or have multiple people that you're seeing or whatever, it's like protection mode, right? You know, the arms are still crossed. There is that body language about this card, right? Where you do have a closed offness about you. And it's like you're protecting your self-confidence because you're feeling so great and you're feeling so good and things are going so well, and yet you just don't want anyone to really mess that up. And yes, you may be healing, and yes, you may have gone through something challenging in the past or the recent past, or maybe you're going through something challenging right now. You know, therefore kind of even closed arms here as well. Closed arms. And even here, even though it's not arms across the chest, it's still blocking the heart. I don't know if you, oops, let me try to do this. You know, still blocking the heart, still blocking the chest, you know. And that body language is very important. And I'm not saying that your body language, I'm saying the body language, you know, the messages from that is very important because it's very perceptible from others. So if you are in a relationship, they can tell that you're not completely open. They can tell that you're not willing and ready at this point in time to really explore or expand, all right? So if there is someone in your life, a partner in your life, you know, you might be kind of giving them the brush off, whether intentionally or not. You might kind of be giving them a little bit of a cold shoulder, and even if internally you don't feel that way, you don't feel like you want to, you don't feel like you're trying to push them away, in essence, I think that you are. And in essence, I think that you're maybe suppressing in some way, or you're trying to rationalize or justify some turmoil, emotional turmoil, right? So whatever this Three of Swords is for you, whatever this pain or this heartache is that you're working through, and it's a very positive progression, right? I mean, it's in reverse, the energy is weakened. It's not as though it's raw or it's fresh, or, you know, it is something that you can and will work through. It's just like a matter of time, right? And you might be feeling a little bit rushed or feeling a little bit like pushed, whether it's from your partner or from just external circumstances or from just expectations from society in general, where you're feeling like you need to hurry up and work through it, but yet you can't hurry up and work your way through it. And I think you are trying to rationalize and justify the pain. You're trying to apply logic to the pain. You're, you know, trying to find purpose in the pain. And that in and of itself is confusing and challenging, because let's be honest, you can't justify and apply logic to emotion, right? They're two completely different things and different wavelengths. And, you know, while you're trying to do that, you are in turn turning a cold shoulder. You are in turn resisting emotional connection with someone or people, or just, you know, emotional connection in general. You are resisting, and you are even not just resisting, but in some way, maybe some of you are even rejecting it. The universe might be giving you an opportunity for this connection. It might be giving you an opportunity for peace and love. But because internally you're feeling, and I know I'm contradicting myself, but life is contradictory, right? We're feeling good. We're feeling like we've triumphed over something. And again, you're trying to rationalize this issue or this emotional state. You are mending, but it's not done yet. You're being pushed and forced to change. You don't want to, you know, it's a very, you know, it's short-lived. It's not going to last forever. I'm not seeing cards of like, you know, where it's going to last and suspend and you're in limbo. No, this is a very active reading, which is good. It's just a matter of time. You will open yourself up. You will achieve, you know, the peace and the equilibrium. Your heart and your mind at some point will find a common ground. And you'll allow yourself to just be emotional with this issue. Allow the emotion to be the emotion. Without trying to suppress it with rationalization. Okay, it's about allowing the emotion to be what it is, and it's okay. You know, the only thing I don't want to see is you, you know, actively pushing people away. I don't think that you're purposely doing it, but I think that there's such a self-focus right now that it's happening. Okay, let me pull out the last card. Now I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, so I'm only pulling out one card now. I really, really love the triple cross that people do, where they lay, you know, 3 layers on the Celtic cross spread. I'm going to do something kind of similar with the general. I'm going to lay the general with a totally different deck on top of this, not to tie in the love relationship energies, but just because I think that there are commonalities and just general energies that are going to apply here. So you'll see. Hopefully you like it. If not, it doesn't matter. It's more for me than it is for you anyway. And the Ace of Swords. So again, that the swords are such cold energies. The truth and reality, and you know, it's the cold, hard truth. Reality is hard to cope with. It's hard to deal with at times. And sometimes it comes in and it slaps you in the face. You know, and I think that there's more focus and more emphasis on logic and understanding and clarity and, you know, on the mind and the mental aspect of yourself than there is the emotion. In fact, there's like that suppression of the emotion this month. Not seeing turmoil with your partner. This is purely internal. I'm not seeing your energy or his or her. Sorry, I'm a girl, so I think of a man. But, the emphasis will be on the mindset. The emphasis will be on what you think, not so much on how you feel. Just with this and this coming out now, I think that you might have a little bit of an ego blow. So this little bubble that maybe you're finding yourself in, or this little bubble that you think you're in, might be pierced a little bit, might be pierced with the truth, right? The pierce that you can't rationalize emotion, the truth that you cannot suppress emotion, and you cannot resist change. You cannot resist moving into new chapters. You can't stop the clock, right? Yes, we're moving into 2017, and there is nothing you can do to stop that, And I know it's the kind of a silly example, New Year's, but it is. New Year's is it's a milestone for many of us. It's the resolution time. It's where we go and set goals, and some of us maybe not. We feel excited about it and we feel ready for it, but then the reality kind of kicks in that it's actually coming and it's actually going to be here, and it kind of maybe scares us a little bit, So what I'm going to do now, so here's the other deck, and I've already prepared it for the general spreads for Leo, so I'm not going to shuffle it too much, just a little bit with you here on camera to kind of get the energy flowing. And so this is going to be your general reading, general messages. So really anything else or additional that you're meant to know for the month of December for Leo. And this one popped out. Knight of Wands. Certainly your energy, certainly Leo. Actually, cut the deck first. Actually, no, that top one's really, I'm just going to stick with the top one. The Emperor. It's interesting, see how similar the energy is. So there's that stability, that strength, that foundation, right? Both firmly planted on the ground, both prideful, in a good way, remember, in a good way. Okay. Another King of Wands. Cups, the Chariot, Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands, 777, Three Kings, Two Knights. I'm going to actually start with that Ace of Cups, and I'll tell you why. Because for me, that is the emotional suppression. And it speaks very loudly to you. I almost feel like there's a literal shoving down of these emotions, a literal pushing them aside and saying to yourself, I should not feel this way. I should not be handling it this way. I should be, and you're shoulding all over yourself, right? And you're shaming yourself for feeling a certain thing or feeling a certain way. And this Knight-like energy, I love, love, love the Knight of Wands, okay? I love the essence of what the Knight of Wands represents. However, when you're dealing with emotional suppression, it just shows me that I'm just worried that you're not coping and you're not dealing with something, right? You feel that you're at a point of dissatisfaction. There's no doubt about it. Some of you will be experiencing dissatisfaction in your relationships, some of you in your career and your finances, some of you in your health or your weight or your family situations, or there's some unresolved issue that makes you feel depleted, but yet you are not coping with it. You are not dealing with it. There are people here in your life. Now, I'm really sensing the Wands energy as being you, okay? Leo, fire sign energies, okay? And I feel that there's maybe too much pride. Now, I said prideful in a good way, but there's also an ego that you need to deal with. And again, piercing that ego. Something I feel, it's like putting a pin to a balloon and something has popped. And now all that's left is that pin. All that's left is that sword. All that's left is that reality. So your little bubble has burst, okay? Your little cloud of safety. Now you are forced to deal. And you aren't dealing. You're running. This is a very, very active card, okay? And this is the epitome of movement. Here is movement, the 8 of Wands, the number 8 itself about movement, and the wands themselves very, very prominently about action. All right, that's like the main category, action, right, of the wands. But this knight runs away. He avoids. He's flaky. He goes from place to place to place, from person to person to person, and he goes from one situation to the next without really connecting them and without tying them together. It's like every experience is so separate. But you can't separate emotion, right? You can separate experiences, but you cannot separate the emotion of the things that you feel. So I'm sensing a feeling of running away. And here we have the Chariot, which speaks very, very well with the Temperance card in reverse, okay? To me, this is all about the heart and the head, which I've already spoken about. And it comes out in like almost every reading, every month, the heart versus the head battle. It's always there. It's always prominent. We are human. We feel and we think, and like I said, you're shoulding all over yourself. You're saying you should do this. You should behave this way. You should go here. You should say this. And it's like you are shaming yourself and depleting your spirit, but you are also avoiding that fact as well. Okay. Now, the King of Cups, okay, is kind of an interesting, because I feel that the Emperor is really just the reinforcement of the Nine of Cups. It is that pride and that ego and that type of thing. The King of Wands is very progressive. He pushes. He is truly a leader, okay? But he's, again, same as the Knight of Wands. It's like a grown-up version, right? But they both have suppressed emotions. And the King of Wands is so forward focused, and he tends to leave things behind. Okay, now I kind of am sensing this King of Wands energy. I'm seeing it as two things. Okay, this could be someone that you are avoiding. Maybe they too are, they're sensing that your back is turned. They're sensing that your back is turned, that you are looking in an opposite direction. They sense that coolness, that cold shoulder that I was talking about. Literally, back turned. Therefore, closing them off. They too are now closing off. They have their arms across their chest, their legs crossed. That body language is important, remember. They too are not willing or interested in talking. Again, a king, also suppressed emotions. And I feel, secondly, all right, that it is you, and you turning your back and like shaming your emotions. And not allowing those emotions, the King of Cups, the cups essentially, the emotion itself, not allowing it to evolve, not allowing it to be felt, leaving you in this state of dissatisfaction. And the movement element here, right, is I think that you're feeling quite stuck. Physically, you're going from place to place. Physically, and mentally, your mind is very active. But emotionally, you're stuck. You're not moving. This is the Knight that doesn't move, right? This Knight and this Knight are very, very opposite. This one go, 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 go. This one is planted. And that idea of being planted happened to come out on this heartache. So whatever area this speaks to you, right? And the problem is that love and career and finance and family and health they're also intertwined. So if there is an emotional issue in your health issue, maybe health department, it can carry over into so many, it affects everything, right? And so the fact that this is not moving and not standing and is standing still, I think is maybe why you feel like things might be working against you. So this change that I think you're resisting, and even the things that are being offered to you, right, whether in a romantic way or not, you feel as though it could be an attack on you. So the good things that come to you, you feel are working against you. It's not the case. It's just your perception of those things, because I think you're so focused on, it's a weird thing. It's a very contradictory thing. You are go, 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 but yet you're stuck. And this is that fight of the going isn't working and the stuck isn't working. So how do I find that place where I can start to go again without feeling stuck? Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me pull out the final card. Let's see what that has to say. And justice. Also cold, hard justice. Right? I mean, she's even carrying a sword, right? And justice can be cruel at times too. But it is a promise. It is a major arcana, and you have a couple majors in here. It is a promise that things will be right. It's a promise that the scales will balance. It's a promise that the equilibrium will be reached. Okay, so it's temporary. This little, it's a blip on the radar. All right, it's a one moment, one snapshot in time. But there is promise of things evening out, things working out. Okay, if you have been betrayed in some way, things will work out. All right, this is not in reverse. Okay, thank goodness, because I would hate to see this in reverse, because I would feel that things might not work out fairly or in your favor. It's not the case. All right, it's just a matter of time, right? And embracing the emotion that you feel, embracing the hurt and the pain. Okay, and moving through the healing process. And allowing yourself to take the time needed to do that. Okay, so I'm not really seeing a lot of people. This is holiday season coming in. I've had a couple of readings where there's more social elements, things like that. There are multiple people, and there are lots of moving pieces. But no, for you, Leo, I really think that it's very specific about whatever this is. I think you'll know what that is. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. All right, I hope you like this new little way of doing it. I found it to be incredibly helpful for me as a reader, because it just connects, and everything is always connected. So best of luck to you this holiday season. I wish you absolutely nothing but the best. All right, thank you so much. Take care.